Hi guys, it's Chris here from Tech Tablets with the Chuwi Vi10 in front of me here. I've been using this tablet for a week now and I'm just going to do a really quick review outlining the pros and cons of the tablet here. If you'd like more detail, then please do check out my website techtablets.com and the Chuwi review. There'll be a link in the description of this video for that. So I've been using the tablet now for a while and it's great. It's actually a really good tablet. I am quite happy and overall everything's pretty much positive with the tablet. I now have the official keyboard for it, which I must say is quite a decent keyboard. It's not bad at all considering it's only a 10.6-inch keyboard. The quality of the keyboard is really quite decent. It's good. The trackpad has physical hardware left and right clicks, unlike the Cube i7 keyboard, which was just gestures only. This one does also support gestures. If I swipe here from the side, it should bring up, there we go, the charm bar there. And so we do have gestures on the keyboard. The feedback and tactile feedback of the keys typing on it is not bad at all. And overall, it's quite a good little setup, I think, the way they've got here. And if you are going to get this tablet, I do highly recommend that you do get this keyboard with it, because it's only probably at about an additional 15 US. If you buy the keyboard separately, you're going to pay 30. Unfortunately, I bought the keyboard separately because I couldn't find it at the time when I ordered this. But overall, the experience on the keyboard is good, and it just makes it much more of a practical machine to get some work done on, so you can do some proper writing. That is not a problem at all. And the other great thing about this tablet, of course, is probably why you're actually interested in this tablet, even looking at this video, would probably be this here, the two USB ports, full-size USB ports. You do have a micro USB port here that you can also use if you want 3 ports at the same time. So it's great because I can come along here and just plug in my Logitech wireless receiver, and now I have my mouse here without any issues. I don't need to use Bluetooth, and I can still go along and plug something else into the port here. So I could just go along and put my Rage XT USB 2 memory stick in there, and now I have access to that while still using the Logitech wireless receiver for my mouse and keyboard if I wanted to use that. So there's no having to fill around with adapters, pull this out, get the adapter in, move files over. You can even transfer from one drive to another. And unlike a lot of the other tablets, it will power a 2.5-inch hard drive. Now, the Techglass X98 Air 3G is a great dual boot tablet. I really like it with a 4:3 screen. But you can't power a full hard drive off it. You need a powered hub to run that. No issues here on the Chuwi Vi10. It will do that without an issue. And you can even run 3 powered hard drives. I did test that in one of my other videos on this tablet, and that was not a problem at all. And as I mentioned, the keyboard's great, so that makes that practical. Typing on that is good. And it folds up really nicely too, and easier to transport and move around. And one of the other things I found is quite positive on this tablet, very positive, is the speakers. The speakers on this tablet are actually quite good. I have heard some really bad speakers, especially on the Chuwi Vi8, which was their 8-inch model, that had really horrible tiny little mono speaker that was just pathetic. You just didn't even want to use it, basically. So the speakers on this are really quite good. I will just show you quickly in YouTube here, if I can jump in and show you a clip so you can hear the speakers. Now, I don't have the fastest internet connection here, but hopefully it won't be a problem to load. Why is it not letting me type in there for some reason? There we go. Seems that YouTube was lagging a little bit there because it was loading in this massive big advertising banner there. That's probably what the issue was. Overall browsing, it's pretty fast, as you can see, apart from that initial little lag there. Scrolling on the screen, the touch, all good, no issues there. I don't feel like I have to push hard on the screen or anything for touches to register there. There's just no real problem with that at all. So that is good, and I'll just play a quick audio track here that won't give me, hopefully, any copyright issues. More advertising here from YouTube. So we'll just turn up the speaker volume here. There is actually a hint of bass through the speakers, but if there is a lot of bass, the speakers will start to vibrate and distort a little bit, but they are quite loud. You can see them right here on each side, left and right. When you are holding the tablet, it's quite easy to block those speakers. But the solution is just to simply flip the tablet around like this, and then you can hear those speakers unhindered without blocking them. Now the screen, as you can see, doesn't look that bad at all, considering it is a 1366 by 768 pixel screen, so it's not a super high resolution. It is at least HD, and I have watched a couple of 720p movies on this, and overall the screen's been fine. If I can get a good close-up of it here, hopefully you can see that. When you look at the screen really closely, you will notice pixels on text and things, but to be honest, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. So just go here and increase the screen brightness. The screen is quite bright. It's not too bad. It's not the brightest screen, but overall I find it is acceptable. Sunlight legibility is not good at all. It's not good on any tablet, to be honest, but it's not for outdoor use. You go outside on this and you're not going to really be able to see anything. It cannot compete with the brightness of the sun there. So I will also just show you quickly a couple of benchmarks that I ran on it. This is the built-in drive speed here. You can see that the read speeds about 160 are good. The write speeds of 36 there are not good. 36 are not good at all. That's quite low on the lower end. Normally I see around 60, 70, but to put that into sort of comparison here, my Surface 3 only gets 38 or 39 there. So it's not really that bad if you look at it that way, but still the random 4K write speeds there around 3 are a little on the low side. But overall I haven't had any real issues with slowdown caused by the drive, because the reads are fast enough that it's not really lagging when I want to open up applications or the control panel or things like that. These here are the speeds I got from the USB 2 ports. So it maxes out at around about 40 megabytes per second there, which is the standard really USB 2 speeds. And this is the score I got here on Geekbench 3, which 892 is actually one of the highest scores I've seen on single core. So the tablet overall is quite quick. It's reasonably good there. The multi-core score is around the average kind of score you get for the CPU, so it's not bad at all. And this was the PC Mark 7 score there of 2,370. Again, a kind of run-of-the-mill score there. Not a bad score. I should have some 3D Mark scores here. Go back into those. Here's the 3D Mark Extreme result. 8,856. Not a bad score either, that's quite high. Obviously that's probably being helped by the lower screen resolution, which in gaming, I do have some other videos up. If you look in the playlist for the Chuwi Vi10, you'll see I do have some gaming videos up, and it's quite good actually for gaming, because the lower resolution does help the little Intel GPU there. This is the unlimited score, Ice Storm unlimited score there. Again, quite a good score, not bad at all. So performance with gaming and in general for this Bay Trail tablet are quite good. I don't have any issues with performance on it. Overall it's quite quick. Getting it around the control panel, things like that, no problem whatsoever. Things load up quickly. I'm really happy with the performance on it. I've tested a lot of tablets and it feels fine to me. Performance is definitely on par, if not better than others. Now the battery life is actually quite good. Even though my battery meter here will tell me I'm probably going to get about 6 hours and 36 minutes is the estimate from Battery Bar Pro here. Let's get that to focus there. You can see that it's estimating there 6 hours and 36 minutes. Now I managed to get 7 hours and 7 minutes on Windows with my brightness set here to about 40%. I mean, it's an approximate. And what I was doing, I had the screen on the entire time. I was mostly in Chrome. I watched 30 minutes of video sorry, about an hour video and 30 minutes of gaming or so, and I managed to get 7 hours out of it, which I thought was quite good. What did happen is it did sit on 7% for about 30 minutes or so, so there might have been a little bit of a battery calibration issue there, so it wasn't accurately reporting the kind of times that I could get out of it. But so far, the battery life is really good. I got 6.5 hours out of Android, which I will show you in just a second. I will switch over to Android so you can see how that works. Simply by running this icon here, this application, it's going to tell me now that I'm going to switch to another OS, which is Android. So hit OK there and it will reboot. And while that's running, I'll just let you know the other issue that I experienced with this tablet is sometimes it's, I don't know if I mentioned it, but sometimes it's hard to power on. I have to push the power button quite a lot and it will take a while to power on. I don't really know why that is. It could be an issue with my unit. I think it's something to do with the BIOS. It seems to happen more when I've switched into Windows. Shut down in Windows, it takes a while to power on there. In Android, it seems to boot up a lot quicker. So you can see the whole process of rebooting now to the other operating system does take a little while. It's a little slow. So you need a bit of patience there for that. And it is now just booting into Android, which I'll show you a couple of benchmarks I ran on the system. And I think it's finally going to come on. There we go. We are in Android now. So the overall ROM is very stock Android experience. There were probably about 5 or 6 bloat applications. I could uninstall all of them apart from this one here, this Chuwi store, I think. I don't understand any Chinese, but it looks like their own application store. Overall, the ROM is good. It's nice and light, it's quick. I haven't had any issues with the ROM at all. The Wi-Fi wireless has been great. No real complaints, and you can see here it looks a little bit kind of like a Nexus because it's very, very light launcher, and the battery life I got out of it was quite good. I thought 6.5 hours is not bad at all. But you will notice that the screen does look a little bit blurry, more blurry in Android. For some reason they have a DPI that doesn't really fit the screen perfectly. It doesn't scale 100% there, so it does tend to look a little bit more blurry. And you do have some applications here like the Chuwi built-in file manager is not bad at all to use. And we do have no root, even though you can see super users there. I tried to install root on this. I've tried it several times and just no luck at all to get root working on the Chuwi. I don't know, it's going to need someone maybe that knows a lot more about getting root access and permissions on these tablets than me. I've tried 3 different applications and had no luck whatsoever. What I also do is just show you now a couple of benchmarks here within the gallery. So if I just jump into screenshots here. And I can also confirm that the 164GB micro SD card that I have in the unit at the moment is supported and works just fine. This is some of the battery life here that I managed to get. That's the Geekbench 3 score in Android. It's slightly lower than Windows. And the sensors we have on board, we do have an ambient light sensor. That is the score for Epic Citadel, which is really quite good score there. That's an ultra high quality as well. It's being helped by this resolution though. This is the Antutu score, so 35,000. Another good score there. And these were some of the battery life tests. This when I was running it, I managed to actually get more than what's on the screenshot here. So that's 6 hours and 6 minutes. The screen's been on the whole entire time. You can see here, no charging, wireless has been on, and I thought that was quite an impressive score. It's not bad at all from what I've seen on these tablets. So overall, the Android ROM is good. It's not bad at all. I do like the fact that it's quite light, and you can uninstall all the bloatware applications bar one on there, so not bad at all. And it does come with Android 4.4.4. Hopefully there's going to be a Android 5 update soon for that, so you can see there that it's 4.4.4. And if I wanted to switch over now into Windows, it's simply a matter of pushing this button right here, which I'll do now just to show you. So while that's now rebooting, overall just give you my impressions of the tablet that it's a very good tablet, I think, for the price. The only issues for me is that sometimes it's difficult to power on, and there is noise over the 3.5mm headphone jack. Bar that, it's an excellent tablet, and I've given it a rating of 8.2 out of 10. And that's taking into account the price of it and the kind of value you're getting here. It would be good if it had a 1080p screen, and it would be great if it had a 64GB eMMC drive. But hopefully Chewy's going to update this tablet and include a 1080p screen, and larger storage options there would be brilliant. I'd really like to see that. And I think Chewy would sell a lot more units if they did do that, if they decided to release a super edition, as they normally call them, so they could update the screen and update the storage. And I think it would sell like crazy, because as long as they keep it at a good price, of course, they're going to price it well. Now, there were a lot of people who managed to pick up this tablet for $149 US, those lucky ones. Hopefully we start to see pricing, fixed pricing of $149 for this tablet, and I think it will sell quite well. So there we have it. This is just a quick kind of review of the Chuwi Vi10. If you want to see my full written review, please have a look at the link in the description, and I go into a lot more detail there, and even give you some photo samples from the cameras, which are 2-megapixel cameras, and they're not wonderful at all. They're good for video chat, and that is about it. You don't really want to take any serious photos with them. Alright, so thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please do give me a like. That's very nice of you to do that and help me out. And do subscribe for more up and coming videos. I will have quite a few more on more tablets coming from China. I'm also waiting for the Pipo W8, which is a Core M. Hopefully I'll have that within a week or so to do more hands-on videos and a review of that tablet too. Thanks for watching, and hopefully catch you in my next video.